Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. Today's story is going to be very scary, so put on your headphones, close your eyes, and feel the story. Let's start the first story. My grandpa sold his soul. My grandfather was the second husband of my mother's mother. I fully believe he sold his soul to a demon. He was not a nice man before he died, but when I was little he was caring and loved my cousins and the little kids. My grandmother, mother's mother, is fading quickly with her dementia and has been falling a lot. She might even have been attacked. Physically, she worships the ground he walked on, literally. She basically prays to him. She's a Catholic, and she claims not to believe in evil. The fact that my grandfather did not believe in God after rejecting Catholicism, as he told me, kind of proved to me he sold his soul to marry my grandmother and for money. I have no evidence other than being as sensitive and feeling oppressed, angry, and having violent and suicidal thoughts every time I went to her house. My mother has also expressed having those feelings, and when she was younger. The most unnerving part of the house is the basement. I always got the feeling of being watched there. I love my grandmother so much and am legitimately terrified she is being demonically oppressed. We eventually placed witch balls and St. Christopher's medals, and that cleared the house. Just a crazy time in my life. My sensitive life. This might be long because it's my life after 18, but since a young age, I've been sensitive, both emotionally and spiritually. I'm AMAB, so I've been bullied for being in touch with my emotions and crying, but whatever. I don't really believe in coincidences, and I believe most things happen for a reason. I've been able to sense the emotions of people, mostly living, now dead people. In my old house, I think there was some manifestation or entity, but nothing too bad. What first opened me to ghosts and stuff was the Ghost Adventures documentary. I still love Ghost Adventures and catch every episode when I can. My more profound experiences began about 8 years ago after visiting a museum inside a house near mine in Wisconsin. It is a hydroelectric powerhouse. I walked upstairs with my mom and a tour guide. As the tour guide was telling us about the woman who lived there in the 1800s, I smelled beautiful perfume. Neither the tour guide nor my mom was wearing perfume, and it only happened in that one area. That's when things began to escalate. I think she opened me up more to the paranormal by me acknowledging her. I'm not sure, but she didn't seem malevolent, just curious about me. I drive past the museum every day, and I have vowed never to enter the premises again. A few months later, I moved to an apartment above a bar. There was something evil in that apartment. I believe it was and is a demon by which I was oppressed. I did terrible and inexcusable things I won't mention, but needless to say, I didn't kill anyone, but I did pay for my crimes. I know demons prey on weakness and find ways to hurt you and others around you. I have anxiety, and during these times, paranoia. It used me for its own agenda. I'm quite religious, and after praying and getting caught, I got away across town. Every time I went by that apartment, I sensed it was evil and avoided it in it. A few weeks after leaving, I was couch surfing, and directly above my head a huge bang shook me and was so hard I could feel it vibrate the wall. I went upstairs and asked if anyone slammed the doors. No one did. I can't prove it wasn't paranormal, but I can't prove it was. What came next was of my own doing. My mother was summoned to Plainfield, Wisconsin to help a foreign exchange student. I went along with great anticipation. That place is evil. I don't know how to explain it. Just ripples of energy coming from that city. I went to Ed Gein's grave and felt so sad. I want to cry thinking about it. Not for him, just for everything that happened around him. Every other place in Plainfield is evil, but Ed's grave is a sacred site to me now. I think that is bad, but I don't care. My next experiences happened after, on a whim, I went on a paranormal road trip to Savannah, Georgia, to the Moon River Brewing Company in Dallas, Texas, to the Texas School Book Depository. On 4 separate occasions, I saw cars driving by me, pulled off to get gas, and then saw them involved in accidents. After the 4th one, I don't think it was coincidence. I think I was meant to die on that road trip, but for some reason I was saved. Maybe Mr. Death will come for me soon, but not yet. The other things that happen to me are shadows and seeing things out of the corner of my eyes, like figures and even cars and while I'm driving. The only other thing I'll mention from that road trip was, as I see it currently, extraterrestrial. I was driving in Arkansas, I think, and saw a black shape over a field, like a raised black fuzzy eyebrow in the sky. I thought maybe it was a parachute, but there was nothing beneath. A few seconds later, it changed shape to a cigar shape and was letting smoke out. I looked for a second to the road, literally 1 second, and when I looked back, it was totally gone. That's why I don't think it was a parachute. It was gone too quickly, and there were no reports of parachuting accidents in the area the next day. The last 2 things or experiences I had while working at a funeral home. I was sitting in the office one morning, and all of a sudden, a huge crash resounded through the building. Another employee and me looked at the screen of security cameras and didn't notice anything. I got up, and we noticed a chair tipped over. Not unusual, except there was no way it could have fallen because they were leaning against the wall like a ladder, ruling out gravity. I rested them against the wall again and tested my theory. The only way they could have tipped over is if something pulled them past the balancing point and threw them to the ground. The other experience I had, there was in a storage room, previously the embalming room behind the scenes. 2 easels were forcibly thrown in front of me, and just like the chairs, I found no reasonable explanation for them to fall the way they did. I was not scared, but I was happy that I was not crazy. If you like the story, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next story. Until then, take care and goodbye.